The records are now open. How many of you guys out there have questions about your life? Do you have questions about your relationships? Do you have questions about your mission? Do you have questions about your skills? Do you have questions about your health, about your future? If you are saying yes, then I am so happy you are here because I'm going to help you find answers to those questions today from the realm of the Akashic Records. Welcome to Akashic Answers with Emily. You guys know I am so excited for today. Come on in, say hello once you get here. The Akashic Records are, of course, my area of expertise. I am a mentor to other light workers in the realm of the Akashic Records. And today I get to show you guys how these babies work. So welcome to the new show. Welcome to my new set. And for those of you guys who are just getting to know me and know the Akashic Records, I want to share with you one of the most amazing things about the records is their ability to shift, to up-level, to heal. So while not everybody is going to get a personal reading today, everybody's going to get an up-leveling. You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. Everybody gets a car. For coming here, you get an up level in your spiritual vehicle. So I want to invite you guys to share this out. I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to share this out as well. How many of you guys are new in the house? I know I'm seeing lots of familiar faces in the house coming in to join. Anybody is new, I want to welcome you. I want to give you guys just the teeniest bit of backstory about me and about who I am if you are joining for the very first time. And again, big old fat welcomes to all of you guys joining for the first time. I'm just sharing this out quickly here. So in 2015, my life took a really, really big shift. I've always been an outside of the box kind of girl. I've always been interested in religion, spirituality, quantum physics, whatever cross-section of that appeals to you. It's always really lit me up. And in 2015, I decided to get serious about my own understanding, my own ability to share this knowledge with other people. And I became certified in the most amazing realm of the Akashic Records. This is the etheric field. It is a library of all information ever recorded from a perspective of unconditional love and zero judgment. And every person has the ability to read their own records, which is why I'm so inspired on this mission of sharing the pursuit of the Akashic Academy, is because when we all learn to tap in to the Akashic field, the source energy, to our highest selves, when we learn to step into our gifts and abilities, the planet transforms. This is the new Earth. This is the 5D that we are all talking about. And how we get there is supporting each other, sharing this knowledge, and really growing in our ability to bring this into everyday pieces of information that you can use in your life. And I'm so excited because today I'm going to get to share some of that with you guys. One of the most amazing things about the Akashic Records is their ability to give perspective, insight, guidance on the things that we are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. So we will get to questions very, very quickly. Just to finish wrapping up, sharing more about my own journey. After I became certified in the records, I began doing readings. I began teaching others how to access the Akashic Records. And as I keep moving forward in my own journey, the alignment, the unfolding continues to happen. You guys know that the Akashic Network here, which is right here on Facebook, all of these different energy healers, teachers that we're bringing to you, is a result of the Akashic Academy growing and expanding. This is an aspect of our public offerings. So at the Academy, we have the network, we have the public side, which you guys are all enjoying, as well as our magazine. That's another part of our public outreach. We're going to be dropping an awesome Akashic magazine on you guys October 1st. And then we have our private membership side of the Academy as well for light workers who are really ready to dive in, to hone their skills, to connect with community, to learn more about their own multidimensional talents and how to use them. We have a membership. You guys have heard me plug in this before. $11.11 a month gets you access to private workshops. I just taught one right before coming live on this show on telepathy. So we are doing real practical knowledge, understanding, and exercises to advance our skills. Of course, I want you guys to join us inside the Akashic Academy. We're also bringing you guys awesome events. We have a badass event coming up this Friday. If you haven't enrolled yet for how to activate your self-worth, do that. I'm going to leave the links in the comments for you. This is a free event that we are hosting for you guys this Friday. You'll find all of the information. Even if you can't join us live, make sure that you sign up so that you can access the replay. But for those of you who come live, we're giving away some big old free gifts. We're giving away one Akashic Record recalibration session, which is a 3-session package to completely reset your energy field, release all the old, set you up for your highest good. And we're going to be giving away a private Akashic Record mini session. So you got to be present for the webinar for the activation. I'm going to leave that link for you guys. I'm so excited to get rocking and rolling. After me coming up today, which is why I got to be on my time game, we have Robin McClendon, and following Robin, there's another new show with Bogey and Robin, and then Sifu Bogey Paul Brighton is coming to you, and then Jack Coleman's coming to you guys. Today represents back to back to back to back to back. Did I get 5? Shows, pieces of programming, and this is the template for the vision that Nick and I have behind the Akashic Network, which will eventually be a constant 24/7 stream of positive information, uplifting, powerful, shifting, up-leveling for us all. And today, we're seeing part of that vision come to life. So I'm going to stop talking about anything other than diving into this show. I want to spend as much time as possible giving you guys answers to what's going on in your life. So if you have a question, go ahead, start typing those questions in. I am going to allow Spirit to bring my awareness to a question that will have a specific impact for the group, which will provide a learning and growth opportunity for all of us. And again, if the message resonates for you, even if this message seems to be for Joe Schmo, because that's who I start talking to on here, if the energy resonates for you, if the message resonates for you, it is for you. I also want to share that the energy, again, coming in from the records, has its own consciousness. There is a transmissional quality to receiving the insights that are going to be coming in. So recognize that just hearing this come through for you will open and expand you. And we'll also do some energy work so everybody can receive the expansion, the up-leveling that goes along with each message. All right? Remember, you get a call, and you get a call, and you get a call. Everybody gets a call. All right. I'm going to use my phone here to check in with the questions that are rolling in. Rolling. Keep your questions coming on in, everybody. Make sure I'm on mute. All right. First question I am going to address today from the State of the Akashic Records comes from Mary E. Zimmerman. How do I know which way Spirit wants me to go with my energy? This is a really, really great question. Intuition is going to be your guide. That's why it's one of the reasons it's so important to continue to develop our intuition, because your intuition is going to take you along the exact path you need to go. Now, if you do not keep your vibrational frequency high enough, meaning if you get depressed, if you get dense, if you get low, the energy that you're going to receive in terms of messages back and forth, and we talked about this a little earlier today, they're going to be denser vibrations. I don't know that I would necessarily trust my energy back and forth in that space. Nope. When I notice that I'm in a lower space, you got to get back up into a higher frequency of energy so that you can access that intuition. As you begin to meditate more, your ability to perceive the differences in energy goes way, way up. And anytime that you are getting a message that is of a lower vibrational frequency, you're going to know it instantly. When you are receiving a message that is in the highest love and light and the expansion energy that you feel, you are going to know that you are moving in the right direction. So that's one way that you can begin to recognize that. And it's, you know what, it seems pretty basic. That's what we use our intuition for. But it's good to bring our language, our awareness to just how all the dynamics are playing out. You're going to get messages regardless of whether your intuition's turned on or whether your vibration is high. That's why you want to make sure your vibration is high so that you can get the good messages, okay? Another way that you can ask about what direction it would be a good direction for you to go. If you are asking an open-ended question, this is where the Akashic Records really, really come in handy, because you can ask open-ended questions and receive really, really specific information back. And the more clear your signal gets back and forth, the more clear you can carry on that dialogue and that communication. A very fun and easy way to begin is by using methods that support yes or no answers. Okay, the Akashic Records does not necessarily support yes or no answers. Not to say that you can't get yes or no answers, they just don't provide the most space for expansion. So if you have a yes or no question, so for example, you are wanting to tune into spirit and source energy and ask about a particular possibility, moving forward with this particular possibility. Is it a yes, I should move forward? Is it a no, I should not move forward? You can use a pendulum, okay? A pendulum, I wish I don't have one here, but you know, any kind of stone, you can use a necklace attached to an object that is like a string or a chain. And what will happen is that the energy will start moving and the pendulum will start swinging. You can also use your body as a pendulum, by the way. So if you sit up really nice and straight, and I actually prefer to do this standing up nice and straight, and then just ask your body to show you a yes. You have to ask your pendulum the same question. This is called calibrating your tools. You got to calibrate your tools. You have to ask, show me a yes. All right, your pendulum will start swinging in a particular direction, or maybe circular and clockwise motion. You want to note how this piece of equipment is showing you a yes. If you use your body, what tends to happen, but this is why you calibrate, is you'll tend to get like a gentle lean forward. A lot of times forward is yes, a gentle backwards is no, but important while you calibrate. You might lean left or right, you might swirl, you might spiral, I don't know what you're gonna do, but you ask, show me the yes, show me the no, and then you inquire about the question, okay? Then you ask and have your body show you a yes or show you a no. All right, so the transmission that I would like to bring in regarding this question from Mary about how do you know what way Spirit wants you to go is, let's see. All right, we want to bring in an activation of presence and being able to stay focused in the present moment. That is the best way to have the most control over your environments. What does that mean? It means not getting sucked into being stressed about your past, worried about your future. We have the most ability to affect change, expansion, opening, receiving knowledge, whatever it is, healing, when we stay in a neutral state. So we really want to, we do that by staying in the present moment. And the more present moments that we string together, the more steps we take along that journey to enlightenment. That is a huge, huge component. So just sending in that and out that energy right now. Anybody who would like to receive that attunement coming from the space of the Akashic. The ability to stay present and focused more in every moment. Good job. All right. Receiving that, grounding it in. Everybody just take a moment to ground that energy in. Send it down into Mother Earth. Feel your feet on the planet. When we do this kind of work, very important to ground the energy in once we've done the work. All right. Good job. I'm going to go through and grab another question now, so let them rock and roll. Ooh, okay, got a good one here. Joyce Ann Weaver, waking up with extreme sweats every night. What is going on with your body? I have periods where I go through this too. Like seriously drenched. I wake up head to toe. I'm so freaking cold because I'm drenched in sweat. Our bodies go through a lot of Releasing, shifting, healing, expanding, growing, detoxing, a lot of that happens for us at night. What's coming in right now for us to be aware of is it is an overstimulation of our nervous system where we're not releasing enough of our stimulus during the day. And so it's coming out through that release at night. And it is specifically tied to emotional stimulation. It's saying right now for anybody who is experiencing this. Again, this is Joyce's question. Joyce, thank you so much. So Joyce, really keep your awareness to where you're being overly emotionally stimulated. Okay, even though this overstimulation is happening in your emotional body, and Spirit is definitely saying, everybody be aware of where you are emotionally overstimulated, because even though you may not release it in a night sweat, and night sweats, this isn't always the cause of night sweats, okay? This is coming in specifically right now, and if you resonate to this, then go ahead and use this level of awareness to bring new ideas and shifting to your own approach, okay? But if you suspect that you need to go see a doctor ever about anything, again, it's why it's so important that you follow your own intuition. It's why you sink deeply into sitting with that. Do I need to see a doctor right now? And if you feel a yes, then go do that. Give that to yourself. If you feel like Spirit's telling you that you want to examine it in another way, there are plenty of awesome ways that we can go about expanding the way we're looking at things to relieve our symptoms, to shift our states, and to heal our bodies. I do believe in self-healing, okay? So back to this idea of emotional overstimulation and releasing that at night. Everybody right now, Spirit, if you are listening to this, wants you to be aware of where you are over emotionally stimulated. And the most effective tool instantly coming through is grounding. They're saying grounding, 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 grounding. Not just the kind of grounding that we've done today by saying, oh, feel your feet on the earth, send the energy down. No, I'm talking like stripping off the shoes and socks, downright earthing, standing barefoot in the ground. Mother Earth is there to give you that big old hug. There is an energetic exchange that happens. And one of the biggest positive side effects of earthing, which is simply taking, it's a whole science, but to participate, you take your shoes and socks off, you stand barefoot in the earth at least 5 minutes every day. It's going to release so much anxiety, so much overstimulation that you're carrying. It's going to help you sleep better. Also, I encourage each and every single one of you, and especially Joyce, because she's a member of the Akashic Academy and she's learned about telepathy. Ask too. You ask as well. Always a good thing to do. If you are noticing that these questions are coming up and you're like, ooh, I want to know the answer to that question, pay attention to any insight that's coming in for you. I'm just giving you my perspective of how my guides communicate with me based on what's important. Please do not underestimate the power inside of this space that we're creating and the messages that are coming into your mind, your heart, your energy field at this time too. Okay, so we want to bring through a transmission right now to bring our awareness to where we're being overly emotionally stimulated. Okay, that's the first step. Once we bring our awareness to it, sometimes bringing awareness to it is enough to naturally dissolve it. Then we can also take it to the next step and ask, what is the best way for me to manage, shift, heal this? But awareness is the first thing. So raising our awareness to what those triggers are that get us emotionally overstimulated. A big one is lack of sleep, guys. Lack of balance. Whew, those things will knock us out of emotional whack really quickly. Full moon energy has a lot to do with our emotions being very high and peaked as well. So this is a good time when we can really work and master our emotions. All right, let's have time for at least one more question. Getting through here. Before we wrap up for today, I do want to, and we're going to do this every single day, we're going to every single episode. We're going to do an Akashic Top 3, where the Akashic Records wants to bring our attention this week, where we can give ourselves some action steps, some areas of awareness. So I want to make sure that I leave time for the Akashic Top 3. But I want to go in and grab one more question. You guys are having a lot of comments. I'm not finding many questions. Sorry. Thank you for hanging out with me while I look for questions. Oh, I got a good one here. Candace McDonald, how do I activate my own healing skills? This is a great question. All right, any of you guys out there who want to activate your healing skills, and particularly Candace, setting the intention and creating the space to do that. If this means creating an altar, and Candace, this is coming in specifically for you. If anybody resonates with this, Candace, I feel a very strong connection to the crystalline energy with you coming forward. Creating an altar in a crystalline grid is a great way to bring focus to an energy vortex, to bring that energy into your awareness, into your energy field in a really, really powerful way. So what I recommend doing to set up an altar or like a crystalline grid, an altar is a great place to do that. Find a little desk or a table where you're gonna set everything up, okay? And specifically do this with intention. So if the intention is to bring in your healing skills, okay, you want to set that intention. Find a sacred geometry pattern that resonates with you. It can be Metatron's Cube. It can be the Flower of Life. You can find many of them. I post a lot of stuff. I like Jano-ish art. Print out a copy, set it on the altar, and put crystals around. Just intuitively allow yourself to place crystals on this and do a little energy ceremony. And if you feel silly doing this, well, let me tell you something. When you start practicing your multidimensional skills and you start imagining that you're shooting the energy out your fingers, you're might feel a little silly too. So just go ahead and go with it, okay? It's the intentional creation of space. Crystals and sacred geometry are powerful tools, technology tools that we can use. Use those tools to help you. When you're creating the altar, send a column of light, just like you guys do when you meditate with me, down into Mother Earth, into the Akash, so that you have powerful, supportive energy, bringing this energy into your physical presence and awareness. That's one fun thing that you can do. Here's something that's a little less woo-woo for you guys that's coming in right now from the space of the Akash, and we've already talked about this once today. That's the importance of staying present in every moment. That is where all of the communication back and forth can happen. It's where blossoming can happen. So you really have to have the discipline to keep yourself present in every moment. Meditating is what we do to learn to hone our own internal energy. We got to be able to do this. It requires this discipline. Okay, stepping into your healing gifts and skills, while everybody has the ability to do this, this is no joke. This requires you to get very serious about your own practice, about carving out your space, about taking the space, meaning your life and your schedule, and creating the optimal community, the environment for yourself. The Akashic Academy is a great community to dive into because our focus is teaching you how to expand your multidimensional skills. Deep breath. Next message coming in about this healing. Pay attention to areas where you can heal your own life. Does that mean always a physical disease? No, sometimes it does. Sometimes it means emotional disease, dis-ease, anywhere where we are out of balance, our energy is not flowing. Okay, specifically, Candace, more specific information coming in for you. And if this resonates for you, it's for you as well. There are some areas where there's some forgiveness coming in for you, Candace. So pay attention to any area where we may still be needing to bring our most compassionate selves to a situation, to usher in more forgiveness, more space for tolerance. We got to do that. That is part of the discipline of holding ourselves in these higher frequencies of energy. You can't have grudges. Even people that you might be separating timelines with, you might be detoxifying. That energy, really make sure that that energy is clear and neutral in that space. All right, so let's see what the energy is that they want to bring in with this one for really stepping into our gifts and skills. They want to stick with some forgiveness, all right? Which is interesting because the Akashic top 3, our number 1 for today has to do with really assuming as much responsibility for situations. What I wrote down is stopping the blame game, and I'll talk more about that. How they want to tie those together is we really have to own how we can show up differently in situations. So if there is a situation where you can show up more compassionately in order to release energy, to neutralize energy, to create more space for tolerance, we're being called to do that right now. So just creating that space for ourselves to be soft and humble in how we can show up differently to affect change in situations where there might be some resistance. Okay? Anybody who would like to receive that energy, just receiving it now. Good job, and then grounding that in. I forgot to ground that second one in. Grounding it in, grounding it in, grounding it in. Good job. All right. I want to remind you guys that if you didn't get your question answered today, I'm hoping that the collective conversation that we had did provide the answers that you were looking for. I'll encourage you to get your own answers from the Akashic Records. It is very possible for you to tune in. Everybody can do this. Of course, if you're interested in certification and more mentorship and guidance in doing that, I want you to reach out to me. And before we wrap up today, let's just remember what we have talked about. There is an awesome opportunity for each and every single one of you to join us this Friday for how to activate your self-worth. This is a key to stepping into the promised land, into the 5D. I'm going to post the link where you guys can sign up. You got to get signed up. You got to show up in person to qualify for the amazing free gifts that we're going to be giving away. And coming up next, you guys, Robin McClendon with Conversations with a Gaia coming up 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then after Robin, it just keeps going and going and going. So I would really love to capitalize on this big audience that we have here. Thank all of you guys showing up and supporting me, for supporting each other, for creating this space for expansion and learning. I'm going to invite you to keep piggybacking along for the rest of the afternoon. We're just getting started. I want you to look at this time as really creating sacred space to continue to receive knowledge, receive healing, receive insight. These are all keys that help you grow, expand, and keep your vibration high, which will continue to unlock your multidimensional skills, will make it very easy for you to know what direction Spirit wants you to go, right? It will make it very easy for you to start decoding what's going on in your own body and how you move through your own ascension process. It's so important that you get the skills, that you get empowered to do these things for yourself. And just hanging out in this space, by the way, with me, I'm doing it with the other people that I'm teaching how to do it, and just showing up and absorbing this information is expanding your ability to do it too. It is the law of association. Namaste, everybody. I love you all, and I'll see you back here again real soon.